BYU DB Gabe Jeudy-Lally on the show. Always a pleasure to welcome. Let me screen that up. There, how's that, Gabe? Does that look better? Are we all like in shot now?
Yeah, like
I know you're a big time podcast guy, and I see you at Coup Connect all the time, and so you get the game. So let me ask you this: what's your relationship status? Are you a dating guy? Are you a married guy? What's your setup?
I got a girlfriend, probably going on 2 years.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
See, Jake, the illustrious co-host of the show, who you can't see, there he is right
What's
there.
What's up, man?
Jake just broke up with his girlfriend last night, so we're all here trying to encourage him that in fact there is light at the end of the lonely tunnel. So, welcome to the conversation, Gabe. That is your introduction to the show. We could actually talk football, which is what we will do. So let's talk about you. You I think have been a huge addition to this defense. How have you enjoyed this season? How have you enjoyed your time at BYU?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun so far, if I had to be honest with you. I've won more games than I've won pretty much in my whole career one season so far. I know that seems rough for everybody else, but I think that we're on the track to picking it up. Defense is easy, just got to do your job. So it's been a good time so far. We got a couple more games left, so I think that at the end of the day we'll figure it out and we'll be able to go a bowl game and have a good time.
It's interesting. We talk to Harris LaChance every week on this show, and one of the things he's always talked about is the fact that as players, he on offense anyways, he has said to us, hey, we've stuck together. We've really – we've been together as a group, and yesterday, from what I understand, you guys had a team lift. Like, how has it been camaraderie-wise? Because this is, arguably, this is the toughest stretch that probably anybody at BYU has seen in recent times for football. So, how has team been? How has community been? Like, how have you guys stayed together through this stretch of games?
Yeah, honestly, I think it's good. We just know at the end of the day, we just haven't been playing our best. There's a lot different than when I was at Vanderbilt. We had a tough stretch every single year, every single week, as back-to-back ranked teams, top 5 teams, and we just kind of blistered, and bad things happen over there. But here, I think everybody understands that it's not like we don't trust each other. At the end of the day, it's that we just really haven't gone out there and played 4 quarters of football. We either show up in the first half or bring it on at the end. But we just need to be able to, play all 4 quarters, especially the middle 8, and help us win the football game.
And, Gabe, I think one of the frustrating things for me is watching this team over the years. I feel like this is one of the best secondaries I've seen in the modern era. I feel like, obviously, you have an injury at safety with Malik, which has been a loss for you guys. But I feel like you have depth. I feel like you have quality. I think you've been, as I said, a big addition to the secondary as well. But are you guys happy with the way your secondary has played?
I wouldn't say we're upset by any means, but I definitely feel like we can always improve. We can always play better. Right now it's just a little thing. We're always in position. It's just, can we get our head around and get to the football? And tackling at the end of the day is something that we always have to improve. And I think it's getting better. Additions like Talon and Micah back there, they really like to come down and tackle, which is good. We just got to improve our angles sometimes. And at the end of the day, playing DB is just a confidence thing. So if we can get the confidence up on all ends, at the end of the day, we'll be really good.
What does Chaz Ayu bring to your defense?
I really don't know Chaz that well as a football player. That was his first week back last week. I think that he's a good flash linebacker that comes out there and, he can cover because he used to play safety also, which is super nice. But I probably am just not the right person to ask because I just don't know that much.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him. I'm excited to see him back full time. I think he obviously is an athlete. You love just his athletic ability. I think injects a certain something into your secondary. But it's interesting. You talk about tackling. Is that something you can fix during the season? Because we've heard so much about, hey, you don't want to tackle in fall and you don't want to tackle in spring. Can you fix tackling? Can you become a better tackler during the football season?
That's a loaded question in my personal opinion, because I think that tackling is a will and a want to at the end of the day. I was taught how to tackle when I started playing football when I was 5 years old, and I think that you can always improve the angles that you take through drills and stuff like that. That doesn't particularly mean you have to hit anybody, because at the end of the day, if you don't want to hit anybody in practice, you're not going to want to hit them in the game. And even if we go through the drills, it doesn't really matter. I think that once you're in the right spot, we can practice as much things as we want, run defending, you pass defending, and then going to make the tackle at the end of the day. But if you're in the position and you want to make the tackle, you just want to make it. So, yeah, we can work on it all day, but at the end of the day, it's a personal preference type thing.
Yeah, and I think that's interesting. That's a really good perspective, because I think it's not everybody that wants to stick their face into somebody else's hip. It's not, I don't think everybody's a great tackler, but talk about angles a little bit, because I think that's one of the things that absolutely separates the good from the great is that angle. Is that something you guys work on a lot, or are angles something that you guys have regularly installed in your practices?
Yeah, we have tackling circuit drills. Or tackling fundamental drills, right? And coming to balance, strike foot, stuff like that. Especially in the last couple of weeks, to definitely honed in on it. But throughout the whole season, just being able to, when you're running backside, making sure you're taking the proper angle to stop, the touchdown saving tackle and stuff like that. I
hear you.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I think that the angles are there majority of the parts. Just sometimes are we realizing it too late, because we're taking the right angle, but if you're taking the right angle 2 seconds late, you're not going to get to the right spot.
Man, look at you spitting fire, dude. Like those are all like that's a really good point. Like it is both mental and physical. Awesome stuff right there. The other question I would ask you, obviously the elephant in the room, is Kalani Sitake talking about taking over play calling and coordinating. And have you seen things change? Like, has the process changed? Has your process as a DB in the program, has the defensive system changed at all?
Honestly, no. It's the same thing, just a different signal caller at the end of the day. I think that it helps out the defense because everybody's getting a little different type of coaching. A little bit more hands-on at the end of the day, and I guess you could say it's simplified to an aspect, but other than that, people just got to go out there and do their job. I've played ball somewhere else, and we had a way more complicated scheme, and guys did their job, but at the end of the day, we were undersized. Here, I think we're perfectly matched up, and the scheme being simple means that we can run around with our heads cut off and go make plays. So, I think it's the same.
I think that's interesting, though. That's another common thread at BYU is player accountability. Do you feel like you guys as players, do you feel like you have done your job well enough as a group? Do you feel like you've done your job well enough to win football games?
No, I don't think so. I said it at the beginning. We haven't played our best ball yet. Like, we've shown glimpses in the Baylor game and such like that where we can do our job and come out there and play, or even we showed it 2 quarters here, 2 quarters there. At the end of the day, you can't blame any of the coaches because they could put us in the right scheme. They could put us in the exact right play, blitzing into a run. But if we decide not to tackle, then it's going to look bad on them, but it's really our faults. And they're always going to take the blame for us, and that's why we have to appreciate them to the max. But then, we have to be able to step up and say, it's our fault that the reason why we're not playing well. And I think that's what it really is. And I don't say, that we're not playing well. We just haven't played the right style of defense yet that we know that we can, because we go to practice and we play really well. It's just we need to turn that same thing into the game.
Yeah, I think that makes perfect sense. And I think one of the things I'll ask you, the last question I'll ask you before we get to ECU is, when you look at third downs, it has been a mighty struggle. The numbers are, ridiculous on third down. It's almost hard to believe. Like, do you feel like you guys have identified something or a trend of things? Like, what has been the issue on third down for the defense?
Missed tackles. They'll throw the ball at 7 and get the 3rd and 12, right? It's because we missed a couple tackles. Or, when we sit in zone, they just find the spot, and sometimes we just need to be able to drop into the right spot and take it away. That's pretty much it, in my personal opinion. So we just got to go out there and do our job. It seems repetitive, it seems redundant, but if you go out there and do your job, you win football games. And right now we're not doing it. We're trying to do somebody else's job. But if everybody comes down to their 111th, and that's why you have a football team. That's why you have 11 players on the field. So if everybody does their 111, that's why the defense is schemed for that certain thing.
It doesn't seem redundant at all. You know what, Gabe? It doesn't seem redundant at all because I think one of the things that so many people don't recognize is football is a winning football is a job well done by 22 guys. And on defense, it's a job well done that filters from your front seven, to your secondary, your linebacker. I absolutely agree with you. I think it is the best football teams have 22 guys at a time that do their job really well. That's how you win games. When you look at East Carolina, what does their offense look like to you guys? How do they look on film?
I mean, they're a form of the air raid. They run the ball effectively, actually, but they're going to throw it 40 times in the game. Their quarterback's got a 70% completion rate, but he's throwing the ball underneath within 10 yards and behind the line of scrimmage, which is hard, but that means that we're going to come down and we're going to have to show that we can tackle this week, because if those plays within 10 yards get tackled down there, we can live to fight another day and get them off the field. At the end of the day, defense is bending but not breaking, so they could drive it all the way down the field and get 3. Cool, but if we score a touchdown, that's a 4-point difference each time. I think that they have good skill players. They're more of a big body team. Honestly, I believe that their offense is better than Liberty's, but I think that they do it in a different way. So I got a friend that plays there. I've known him since high school. Plays tight end / flex receiver there. I mean, they said last week they wanted to beat UCF and show them that they should be a Power 5 team, and they went in and they handed UCF a good loss. And we don't want to be on the other end of that stick this week, so we definitely want to go out there and play our best ball. And I think we're back to playing at night, so hopefully it can be a good game, and we can enjoy Halloween weekend.
Do you like playing on Fridays? Like I mean, you guys have, obviously you've played a Thursday night game. Now you're playing a Friday night game. Like, is that a real thing, day-night football? And does it matter to you what day of the week it's played?
No, it doesn't matter to me. I heard here that day-night football kind of doesn't matter. I heard we play way better at night. But I've actually never played any time other than Saturday except for this year. In the SEC, you only play on Saturday. And we didn't get many opportunities to play at night because we weren't that great. So to me, I turn it on whatever. I personally do believe that there's some sort of switch when it comes to football. So whenever the mode comes on, then that's good for me. But if my team plays well at night, then let's schedule them all at night. That's all that matters.
All right, couple other non sequitur questions, if you will. Cody Epps, what is he like? I mean, we've been talking about him on this show for months, that we're super fired up to see him get going. And what kind of dude is Cody Epps?
Yeah, no, Cody's a great guy. He's funny, but he also is super serious on the football field and gets his job done. He's like Mr. Reliable. We could throw him the ball anywhere across the field, he's going to catch it. And that's something that's he's done since high school, from what my understanding is his situation. So that's super awesome. When I first came on my visit, he was one of the guys that I met. And, I mean, he's younger than me, but, like, he acts as mature as everybody else, but he also brings the jokes around. So it's cool to see. I don't get to go against him much because he's an inside receiver, but at the end of the day, I think that he creates a mismatch for the other team. And it's good because we got a lot of guys, and so we don't want them to be able to double-team guys all across the field. We want there to be mismatch at every single position, and Cody creates that for us. So it gives guys like Puka a chance to catch the ball, Kibo a chance to catch the ball, Isaac Rex, and then hopefully we can open up the run game this week too and, get it all going on all cylinders.
All right, you're opening up your music app on your phone. First of all, are you an Android guy or an iPhone guy?
I'm an iPhone guy.
My guy, let's go. That's what I'd like to hear. Okay, so you open your Apple Music. What are you listening to?
On game day, you want to say, or do you want to say on
just in general, any day you want?
I'm a big J. Cole fan. I listen to a lot of J. Cole.
So are you a hip hop R&B guy? Are you a rap guy?
Yeah, probably hip hop R&B. I'm not really like big into like hardcore rap, I would say.
Yeah.
More or less, I like the lyrics and the melody. But I mean, sometimes alternative if it's like going to hang out and whatever the case is. But probably pretty much R&B and rap.
You know, one of the crazy things going on in the world right now is this Kanye deal. Have you ever been I was a huge Kanye music fan. I think his music is amazing. And we were just talking about before you came on, watching the meltdown of Kanye is like tragic. It's terrible. Like, are you a Kanye guy at all? Like, what's your opinion on Kanye?
Yeah, I'm Kanye before his mom died, for sure. I think his music is some of the best music that's come out in the industry before his mom died. And sometimes it makes me feel bad to see what's going on, because if you watch the documentary, you can attest some of the stuff to that happening. And, you know, him and his mom were super tight. And, I mean, I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy, to see, you know, your mom pass away. So sometimes I give him some sympathy to the situation, but some of the things he says are a little outlandish. And I think that he can, you know, tone it down a bit. But it's kind of like AB and him are doing their thing right now, which is not good for the world. But
yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. And finally, of course, we're going to ask you about food. Have you found a go-to spot in Provo? Are you on the chicken sandwich bandwagon? Are you a Chipotle guy? Like, what's your go-to?
Oh, okay, that's hard. Provo's got everything that you'd like, more or less, like fast food wise.
Mm-hmm.
I came from Nashville, where that might be one of the best places for food, like across the country. And Austin, Texas isn't shabby itself also. So I'd say, like,
have you made the pilgrimage to Bam Bam's yet?
No, I actually haven't made the pilgrimage over there yet. But also, is that barbecue, right?
Oh my God, Gabe. Dude, go change your soul. The minute you intake the nice moist pork at Bam Bam's, your soul, I don't know how, like, the science term is, your soul transforms. That's all I can say. It's the ranch dressing at Super Chicks. If you haven't been to a Super Chicks yet, go to Super Chicks, get the chicken sandwich, get the ranch dressing, and you've got to go to a Friday night after the game. I'm telling you, go to Bam Bam's, change your soul, man. The barbecue at Bam Bam's is amazing.
I appreciate it. And I love when people from Utah love to tell me that the barbecue in Utah is going to change my soul, when they need to come to Texas and get their soul changed with the real barbecue. And in Nashville, it's not too bad itself, too. And we're known for Nashville hot chicken over there, too. So, like, it's hard for me to compare, like, certain things, like, especially barbecue standards-wise, because a lot of people, like, the guys that could connect, they're like, oh, we're going to Austin, where should we go? And I'm like, go to Franklin's or go to Terry Black's, and like, this has changed my soul. And I'm like, so you can't tell me a soul-changing experience will happen to me. No.
My guy, Gabe Jeudy-Lally, really nice to meet you, man. Stay healthy. Have a great game tomorrow night. I appreciate you hopping on the show.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys for having me.
All right, see you. There you go. Gabe Jeudy-Lally on the show, and I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Tackling, how long have we been talking about it?
Weeks.
I mean, it is as simple as it gets that tackling has plagued them. And what did he say? We'll be in 3rd and 7. We'll miss a tackle, and they'll get 12 on 3rd and 7.
Yeah.
That is just absolutely the story of BYU's defense this year. And I don't know how you fix that. I really don't know how you fix that. He just is. He's exactly right.